the Senate put this into law. I'm asking them to repeal the law, or at least exempt the citizens of Pamlico, Hyde, and Beaufort counties, as we're still trying to recover from the hurricane. 6 months later, after the hurricane, many people are still not back in their homes. If the Republicans cannot do this legislation, I, for one, will not only not vote for them in the future, I will actively campaign against them. I suggest that the tax be shared by all taxpayers in the state, not just the Pamlico County people who use the ferry for commuting and medical services and all the other things you've already heard of. If we tax each taxpayer a one-time fee of 45 cents, it will make up that $5 million that we need. We pay for roads and bridges and tunnels here in Pamlico County statewide that we never use. And I think the rest of the state can help pay for the ferry tax. I just hope that the legislators watch the YouTube presentation. I just want to say that we, the people, are talking, and we want to know that they're listening.
David Russell, 809 Pamlico Drive, Minnesota. You can do Okay. I have a recommendation for everybody here. Don't be number 25 when you come up here, because everybody has said what you wanted to say. I worked by 3 hours. I've cut down to about 30 seconds. Where's the YouTube camera? Over there? We are voters. We are taxpayers, and we'll remember what happens here and what happens within the next few months. Don't forget it. Somebody had earlier spoke about the Taj Mahal that's being built over on Cherry Ranch, the terminal. $770,000. This is a government project. It's $1 million. I have to replace the roof on my house. I can't do it like that because I don't have enough money to do it. We don't have enough money to build the Taj Mahal. Stop the tax or the toll, or whatever other euphemism you want to use. Stop it now.
My name is Arthur Williams. I live at 108 Arbor Drive in Washington, and I'm a businessman and a former member of the North Carolina House of Representatives. I am running for a new seat in the House of Representatives for both of Washington and Hyde counties. I am opposed to any new fees for existing ferry routes. The ferry system provides highways. The ferries connect two different parts of the county for both Hyde County and Beaufort County. These are our highways. Our people need to be able to get to work. They need to protect and feed their families without the burden of additional taxes and fees. The ferry tax will have an adverse effect on business and tourism. I especially want to thank the people who came here tonight from Pamlico County. I stand with them and support them as they fight this unjust tax. No ferry tax. Thank you.
That's the first time I've had that rendition on my name. I usually get buckshot. Good evening, my name is Beth Buckstone. I live at 782 Chair Road, Newburgh, North Carolina, although I actually reside in Pamlico County. That's my family address. But anyhow, I represent the Pamlico County Chamber of Commerce. I'm a business owner, a citizen involved in various volunteer organizations in Pamlico County. And the points that I would like to make are, one, approximately 50% of our county receives some form of assistance as far as our citizens. It's a very poor county. We would actually be tier 1 if it wasn't for the fact we have a lot of retirees in 2 different townships. The rest of the county is very, very poor. Nearly half of our population was affected by Hurricane Irene and are still trying to recover. Many of them don't know how to recover. We have entire neighborhoods and towns that are wiped out and people moving out and leaving this county already. If you impose this toll, tax, whatever you want to call it, it's going to impact hardworking citizens. We don't have major industry in Pamlico County. We have some tourism, but we don't have major tourism in Pamlico County. We have small business owners that work hard every day. They're family businesses, and they really cannot afford this. Our students cannot afford to pay the tolls. Our schools can't. Our county commissioners cannot make up the difference with extra taxes in Pamlico County. They've already covered in this county so much and had to draw off our fund balance in order to cover the needs from this hurricane. And no matter what anybody says, it's not a free ferry right now. We pay our taxes. We pay gas tax. We're one of the highest gas taxes in the nation. We pay license fees. We pay taxes on our vehicles. We pay one of the highest sales taxes in the nation. We are paying for our ferries. They are not free right now, and it's not right for us to have to pay an inequitable amount. There was once upon a time a court case called Brown versus the Board of Education, and that had to deal with the inequitable distribution of funds to poor school systems. Pamlico County and the other counties that you are trying to impose this tax on, I know it's not you, but our legislators are poor counties, and it's inequitable, and I would encourage our counties to come together, if necessary, and form this sort of lawsuit. Thank you.
My name is Pamlico. I live at 920 Jeff Road in Arapahoe. I'm surrounded by the South Beach, and I live over the neighbors. I really didn't want to speak tonight, but I put my name in just in case. And I had to hear that phrase again. It's a done deal. And everyone here has spoken and said everything I was going to say. Their opinions, my opinions, they expressed them better than I could. My only thing is that nothing short of repealing this law will satisfy the people in this room and these last time nothing's a done deal in this country. This is a democracy. We can get rid of anybody in politics that we put our minds to anybody. There is nothing we can't undo if they do what we don't want them to do. And we need to keep that in mind, and they need to keep that in mind when re-election time comes. We may not be their constituents, but your voice is going to be heard if we have to go to Raleigh every single month to be heard. So they better start listening and think about repealing this tax, because nothing short of that will make anybody here happy.
My name is Paul Yerko, 920 Jeff Road, Arapahoe, North Carolina, citizen of North Carolina for 14 years. Now, I'm not enamored at the ferry like a lot of people might be here right now, For 14 years I've been here. I've come in contact with these problems. Low water, ferry doesn't run. High water, ferry doesn't run. 40 miles an hour winds, ferry doesn't run. Okay? Have a small collision, ferry doesn't run. Fog, ferry doesn't run. So, what I can say is the ferry is very old-fashioned, antiquated, inadequated, or whatever. In other words, we got to get modern. Years ago, there were sailing ships. All the goods were with sail power. Then along come the motors, and the sailboats drop out of the earning of the profit. Okay. So now we can build a bridge. Okay. And we don't have to worry about all the high water, low water, fog and ice, yes, okay? Now, we're going to just take 25 cars with 30 people with 8 minutes being tied up. That's 4 hours that you're going to be waiting in a group of people to cross 2.5 miles. If you got a bridge, if you're going 40 miles an hour, you think you could make it in 4 hours? Now I'm going to leave you with a little poem that I kind of made up, and it's stop the grief, make the ferry a reef, build a bridge. Thank you.
Mr. King will have Mr. Malcolm Newell.
George Keane of Belhaven, Aurora, riding the Pamlico River Ferry, a Virgin family business for 25 years. My address is 78 Cabana Road, Belhaven, where I was flooded out of my home by Hurricane Irene. Many more ferry trips over to my property in Aurora. This is the General Assembly's doing. The idea of ferry tolls is not the doing of DOT or the ferry service. With the governor of the same party as the General Assembly, we would have never known about tolls until April Fool's Day. The governor has called the General Assembly on ferry tolls. The governor has tied the can to the tail of the General Assembly because they have to vote for it as a separate standalone issue. They cannot justify ferry tolls as part of a budget balancing bill of 500 pages when they come back into session on May 6th. It is very likely that the General Assembly does not think that the ferry service is working. If so, let us become a separate state east of I-95. If the General Assembly do not want a ferry in the Pamlico River, for example, then build us a bridge, or if not, make the south side of Beaufort County east of Third Creek part of Pamlico County, including the mine, and build a potash port. Otherwise, the distance around between Belhaven and Aurora is 70+ miles one way. Finally, in the immortal words of John Donne, which we all learned in high school, paraphrased here below as follows, in a sermon in London in the early 1600s, he preached on no man is an island. No man is an island entire of itself. Every man is a piece of a continent, a part of the main. And finally, excuse me, John Donne, ask not for whom the ferry tolls, it tolls for thee. On a lighter note, I am a Soundside man, and so is my wife.